welcome to Blazing Bullets. Today we're going to take a look at my Steyr, and this is an interesting gun, the Steyr 9mm. This has an interesting sights on it, and is a very crisp trigger on it. This is a Steyr S9-A1, and it's a fairly inexpensive weapon, but has a lot of Glock-like features and look to it. But the sight pattern on it is very interesting. If you can notice, it has a very unique sight pattern, which you may or may not like. I don't know. I personally kind of like it. It's unique, and I think I can pick up on a target pretty quickly with it. So we're going to tell you, I'm going to put a grip on it first. I have put my Talon grip on it. I just got a Talon grip for it, but I've done Talon grip reviews already, so no one wants to see that. But we're going to sit there and take a look at how you break one of these down, which is also kind of unique. Alright, we'll get back to you. A little show before and after. This is the Talon grip, and we're going to put it on there. See what you think of it, looking what it looks like afterwards. I think it enhances the grip completely. Can't beat the price, and for what how the gun has a different feel to it. To me, it's priceless. But we're going to show you how that looks, and also we're going to give you a little comparison of the Steyr versus my. This is a Springfield 9mm. This is an XD9 Subcompact, and give you the good and bad points about the Steyr. But we're going to show you how to break it down too, because it definitely took a little figuring out there for certain reasons. And I'll show you when we're done here. We're going to put the Talon grip on first, and then I'll show you what how to break this thing down. Okay, as you can see, I put on the Talon grip. It's on there pretty nice. It's still a little bit warm, but it gives you a better feel to the weapon, I think, anyways. But anyways, let's get down to the differences on this weapon here. First of all, it is a fairly inexpensive weapon. I believe I picked this up for around $400. And I'm going to give you a little hint on some of this stuff here. It took me a while to figure out how to get this slide down. I mean, you try to get the slide down here by pulling the bar on most weapons, and pull this bar down. And this bar does come down, but this is an actual button here, and this is an actual safety button that if for whatever reason they give you a little key here to actually lock this weapon so the slide doesn't work and it doesn't fire. But this button has to be depressed inwards down for this slide, for the this takedown lever to come down here to release the slide here to take to field strip this weapon. And until you figure that out, you can actually try to get this to go past here, and I've actually done past here without pushing that lever in there, but boy, that's really difficult. So I find that this button has to be depressed. It's probably in the manual. I think they give you a little manual with this, but who reads that? But yeah, that little safety button there is what helps you take this slide down. And we'll show that here in a second. But I'm going to show you a little comparison between this weapon and the Springfield XD9. This is a subcompact XD9. So this is actually the XD9SC, which is a subcompact model. You can find right off the bat here that the Springfield is definitely smaller. And this has a longer barrel on the Steyr. But one of the things about the Steyr I don't like is the fact that they have a a large floor plate on the bottom of this magazine, and it causes it to have less rounds. This is actually a 10 round magazine, and you can put one in the chamber so you can have a 10+1 weapon, where the Springfield has a smaller floor plate, and you can see there, this is their actual smaller magazine on here. You can actually have the 15 round magazine in here, but this is a 13+1, and this is the one that goes flush with the weapon. So 13, you get actually 3 rounds with the Springfield versus the Steyr with 10. So that's definitely a difference right off the bat. And this is a smaller weapon. You can see the handle on that. It's actually a smaller weapon. So the difference in the whole situation here is that extra large floor plate. You can see it down there at the bottom. If you can actually, and I believe they sell a one without that floor plate on there, you can actually get the extra rounds into it. But why they have that on there, I'm not sure. Could be for communist California, I'm not sure, or communist New York, one of the two states. But that's definitely a different disadvantage for this. But that being said, this has such a crisp trigger on this. It's actually beautiful. I absolutely love it. It's actually too touchy sometimes. I actually, when you have it after the first round's fired, this thing is really touchy after that. So you really have to watch what you're doing. There's no grip safety, and other than the little finger depression here, that's about the only safety on this weapon. But this trigger is very nice. I love it. But let's break it down. All right. And you can see this is an unloaded weapon. Nothing in there. And the trigger pull on this is so sweet. I mean, it's probably about a 3-pound pull there, and that's about it. Real crisp break on it, and real light. Another probably 2-3 pound pull on that. Got to get a gauge puller on that to see what that actually is, but I can tell you it's really crisp. I like the weapon a lot. Anyways, you have to pull down, you have to push down this lever here and pull down the handle. And of course, it's going to probably try to be difficult on me. Okay, there we go. That handle comes down, and I'm actually kind of backwards here with it. But once you push it in, that lever comes down pretty easy, and that slide comes right off. It has a captured spring. It's not a dual captured spring, but it is a captured spring. I believe this is a 3.5-inch barrel. Might be 3 and 3.75. I'm not quite sure. I have to look that up. But I can tell you it fires very nice. The barrel is very clean, very easy to clean. The weapon is very nice. The only problem I have with it is the fact that it's a 10+1 weapon, and it has that large floor plate on there. I'm gonna have to look into seeing if I can get some ones without the floor plate on there and squeeze a couple rounds extra in there. But that's my only complaint about it. You can see that slide comes apart pretty easy, and it's really very easy to put back together. Just the barrel back in. Of course, put your spring back in. Slide your slide back in. I see locking the handle back, and if you press that, it pops it right back in, and the weapons back together. Alright, as I said, it has a very unique sight pattern on there. It's sort of like a futuristic almost. A triangle front end there, which I find pretty easy to pick up on when you're at the range here. But it's definitely different. There's just definitely a different sight picture than what you're used to. They're usually square or rectangles or whatever. But the weapon fires very well. I told you, like I said, the crisp trigger on it, it's very nice. The price you can't beat, $400. It's a very quality weapon. It has a nice little finger rest here for, when you're on the range or whatever, you want to have a little finger rest there. It's a good place to have your finger right there. And my finger fits there real nice. So you're off the trigger and you're on the slide here. It does have a Picatinny rail. With most subcompacts, it's really not useful for a whole lot. You really can't put much on that rail. It's definitely larger than the smaller Steyr S9 Subcompact from Springfield. But I don't know how much of a weapon you really need on these, and you probably get a little laser dot on there or something. On this one, you might be able to get a light on there. I have a pretty small a tactical light for one of my weapons. I have easy on my my 22, my Ruger, but you need something probably that small to fit on here. Well, that's my assessment of the Steyr S. You have your it's a subcompact Steyr. It's the S9-A1, 10 round plus one. Like I said, I believe I'm almost positive I seen where you can get a 12+1 magazine for this someplace, but I'm going to try looking into that myself. The trigger on it is very nice. Like I said, I have no problems with that or whatsoever. I like it to be a nice little short, easy, crisp trigger on it. The sight pattern is definitely different and takes a little bit getting used to, but I didn't find no problems with that or whatsoever. It's a light weapon. The slide's about the heaviest part. You take the slide off of here, this frame feels like absolutely zero. I've never felt a frame that was that light. It's a good weapon. I don't see no problems with it.
Well, this is Blazing Bullets, and everybody please be safe, and please subscribe to our channel and like us and join us on Facebook.